धीनामवित्र्यवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सहस्रवृद्धिं ॐ सहस्रवृद्धियं भूमिः परं व्योम सहस्रवृत् अश्विना भुज्युना सत्याम विश्वस्य विश्वस्य जगतस्पति जाया भूमेः पतिर्व्योमा मिथुनन्ता अतुर्यथुः पुत्रो बृहस्पतिरुद्रः सरमा इति स्त्रीपुमं शुक्रं वामन्यद्यजतं वामन्यत् विषुरूपे अहनीद्यौरिवस्थः विश्वाहिमाया अवथ स्वधावन्तौ भद्रावां पूषण विहरत् भद्रावां पूषण विहरातिरस्तु वासात्यौ चित्रौ जगतो निधानौ द्यावा भूमि चरथः सघुं सखायौ तावश्विना रासभा हवं मे शुभस्पति आगतगुं सूर्यया सह त्युग्रोह भुज्युमश्विनोद मेघे रयिन्नकश्चिन्ममृवाम् अवाहाः तमूहधुर्नौभिरा आत्मन्वतीभिः अन्तरिक्षप्रुड्भिरपोदकाभिः तिस्रः क्षपस्त्रिरहाते व्रजद्भिः नासत्या भुज्युमुहधो पतङ्गैः समुद्रस्य धन्वन्नार्द्रस्य पारे त्रिभिरथैः षडश्वैः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः offering our collective love at the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan Shri 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 Satya Sai Baba Varu. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hari Om, Shalom, Salam, Sai Ram, Namaste. May we all be together. May we all be nourished together. May we all work together with great vigor. May our studies shine and illumine our intellects. May we not have conflict with each other. Let there be peace, peace, and peace. We are studying the 43rd mantra of Aruna Prishna. Invoking the grace of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. The mantra 42 and 43, the first four lines, describe the incredible metaphor of the Ashwini Devatas holding the rain back, but then traveling for 3 days and 3 nights, and literally Meedhushtama, Meedhushe, showering the grace where far away from the land, in barren lands where the grace is much needed. And this grace that we're talking about, a lot of people use this word very lightly. Everybody starts the talk with the grace of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. I offer my salutations at the Divine Lotus feet. When there is no my, there is no grace. The first thing you have to get rid of is this I and mine. And then once you get rid of that I and mine, but yet use all the faculties given by the Lord, every single one of them, a great divine blessing. When all that faculties are used to the best of the possible, and when that best is not found enough, then you invoke the grace, and then he will come and fill what is needed, the delta or the gap between your effort and what is required to fulfill his task. That is what is called grace. The delta between the total effort, because the faculties belong to him. When you apply all your faculties, not like, putting a lamp in the wind and invoking grace not to put it off. Not like that. In Telugu, I'm trying to translate the Telugu and Gallo Deepam Betti. What you have to do is put that full effort, 100% full effort. Then, Swami, my effort, whatever that, even that my effort is, Swami, the ability of your faculties that you have given are now totally exhausted. There is nothing to do. There is nothing to be done anymore, which is complete surrender. Then God will say, oh, okay. There is a gap between that effort. And when I am saying that effort not of an individual. To invoke universal peace, you have to invoke 100% effort of every single individual involved in the task. So if you took a sankalpam of collective sankalpam, and you signed up for a collective sankalpam, and you signed up to be a Ritvik at a yajna, and you signed up to be part of a collective chanting, then what you have to do? Not come to the yajna and do the chanting and put the stuff in homa and create a lot of smoke. What are you doing as sadhana? Are you putting your full best effort for the collective sadhana that is required to invoke the grace, brothers and sisters? You think one individual's sankalpa or one individual's wish will have the ability to offer an Atirudra Mahayajna, 12,000 feet altitude in a place called Badrinath, which is the center of Himalayas, where nobody dared to do a 12-day yajna ever in human history. You think one individual prayer will be enough? Collectively, the entire collective effort is required. That is why this body and mind constantly remain collective, collective, collective. No other way you can invoke that grace. Then God will say, oh my God, look at that. 100% surrender of this many number of individuals. He will travel for thousands of miles wherever it is required, whatever altitude, whatever time, space, causation, everything will stop. No matter in what state he is present, because he is in Yoga Nidra. Sirikinjappadu. He wouldn't even inform anybody. Will just get up and run to rescue or to give his grace. That is what is the meaning of what we studied yesterday. Tisraha Shapaha. Triraha Ativrajadbhihi. Ativrajadbhihi. Incredible speed. Incredible speed he will travel. Then grace is invoked. Grace is not simply saying, oh, I am a very humble person. What can I do? And the fellow does nothing. And they're all empty words. Everybody loved to use those words with humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. I offer my pranams. What is I offer my pranams? 1,000 people are sitting in the audience. It is we offer our pranams. We invoke the grace of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. So if you just observe the words that we use, the words that we use will tell what awareness, from what awareness they are coming from. If you look at the thoughts that come to you and then you notice the thought, then you will know from what awareness it is coming from. A lot of people ask the question, how do I know it is my thought versus divine thought? How do I know that it is my head versus Bhagavan's heart? How do I know? Fundamentally, how do I know? Means you do not know. Means you have not surrendered. You don't have to know anything. If it is God's grace and if it is collective sankalpa, he will come and rescue, whether you are in the middle of the ocean or in the middle of a desert. He will come, and now you have prayed and invoked the collective grace. Collective first at the individual level, collective at the relative level, collective at the cosmic level. I is equal to E is equal to IC square. How many of you remember this? E is equal to IC square. What is this equation?
Expansion is equal to individual times to community to cosmos.
What is that equation called?
Theory of unity.
Very good. Theory of unity. That's it. Now we connected to that. So the next mantra is expanding about Savitaram Vitanvantam.
Savitaram Vitanvantam.
Anubadhnati Shambaraha.
Anubadhnati Shambaraha.
Apapurushambarashchaiva.
Apapurusham Apapurusham Baraschaiva.
Apapurush. Is there a missing there? Ambarashchaiva. Apapurushaha Ambarashchaiva. Let's see. Could be an A is missing there. Was it like that in Devanagari also? Apapur Shambarashchaiva. 1 second.
Sham.
सवितारं वितन्वन्तम् अनुबध्नाति शम्बरम् पापपूरुषं वरश्चैव हर हर गर्भं दधाति Krishna Tisraha. A is missing. Apapurusham Bharashchaiva. So there's a missing. Apapurushaha. Apapurushaha. Apapurusham Bharashchaiva. Oh, very good. Where are you?
Yes, sir.
Is there a missing in the original one?
Apa,
Oh, they put a Swarabhakti. No, there is no Swarabhakti there. Apapurushambarashchaiva. Apapurushambarashchaiva. Apapurusha Purusha Puru Apapurusham Apapurushamba. There should be no Swarabhakti there. Apapurushambarashchaiva. Apapurushambarashchaiva.
Apapurusham Bharashchaiva.
That's there you go. Apapurushambarashchaiva.
Apapurusham Bharashchaiva.
Savita repaso abhavat. Savita repaso bhavat.
Savita Repaso Bhavat. Savita Repaso Bhavat.
Om Savitaram all. Okay. Savitaram vitanvantam.
Savitaram Vitanvantam. Savitaram Vitanvantam.
Anubadhnati Shambara Anubadhnati Shambaraha
Anubadhnati Shambaraha. Anubadhnati Shambaraha.
Apapurushambarashchaiva.
Apapurusham Bharashchaiva. Apapurusham Bharashchaiva.
Savitare paso bhavat.
Savitare paso bhavat. Savitare paso bhavat.
Savitaram vitanvantam anubadhnati shambaraha apapurushambarashchaiva savitare paso bhavat savitare paso bhavat. Sorry, first time I might have chanted without the Swaritam. Apologies. So I will chant that one more time. Savitaram vitanvantam anubadhnati shambaraha apapurushambarashchaiva savitare paso bhavat.
Savitaram Vitanvantam Anubadhnati Shambaraha. Apapurusham Bharashchaiva. Savitare paso bhavat.
Savitaram. Okay. in that Padapatha, there is no need to put that U. That is probably just coming from copy and paste. Savitaram. Savitaram is the full, because it's pada, no combination. Savitaram vitanvantam anu badhnati shambaraha apapuh shambaraha cha eva savitah arepaso abhavat. You see those avagrahas that are there in the Samhita Patha? So that Savitaha is Dirgham, Arepaso. Because the Visarga is there and the Visarga drops, another vowel comes, so therefore the avagraha is put. Savitaha, Arepaso, Arepasai, Abhavat, Arepasai. Arepasai abhavat, arep abhavat. Okay, I plus a becomes o. Okay, sandhis. Arepasai abhavat. So that is the words behind this. Now let's construct the syntax, because it's not the meaning doesn't come like linear in Sanskritam. Meaning doesn't come linear like in English. You have to construct the syntax in the Veda mantras. So when you construct that syntax, what it is saying first, Shambaraha, the first Shambaraha is there, yes. Shambaraha. Shambara means a rain-filled cloud, rain-bearing cloud. Anubadhnati. Shambaraha, Anubadhnati. Anubadhnati. Badhna means tied. Anubadhnati means closely tied or closely follows. Vitanvantam, the all-pervading. Savitah, the life-sustaining. Savit means life-sustaining. That which sustains life is called Savit. Tat Saviturvarenyam. That life-sustaining force. It's the life-sustaining force. So then, Shambaraha, this cloud is apapuh, filled with water. Cha abhavat, also exists. Savitah eva. It also has this life-sustaining property. It also exists for the purpose of sustaining life only, means the water that is in the cloud, apapuh, shambaraha, cha eva, that cloud filled, that the water that is in that cloud filled, the water that is filling that cloud also exists for the sake of life sustenance only. Arepasaha means arepasaha means which showers grace. Arepasa means taking away all the sins. This grace that is showered upon will take away all the suffering associated with that individual. Very simple, no? So what it is saying? what it is saying? Mantra is describing that you cannot even. What the mantra is actually saying, God is existing. Now here the apaha here can be interpreted as love. Shambaraha. Shambaraha means the cloud that is filled with water. Apapuh is filled by this water. This Savit, he exists for life sustenance. So also the water in the cloud is also for life sustenance. That means in Devi Mahatyam, there is that beautiful shloka that says about Rogana Seshan Apaham Situshta Rushtatu Kaman Sakalana Bhishtam Tvamashritanan Vipannaranam Tvamasrita Sretam Prayanti. You understand about that shloka? Who understand the shloka? Meaning of the shloka? Now I'm putting all of you to trouble, putting all of you to trouble, to provoke you to make all of us think together, because otherwise it becomes a discourse. Who remembers the meaning of Rogana Seshan Apaham Situshtar Rushtatu Kaman Sakalana Bhishtan Tvamasritananna Vipannaranam Tvamasrita Sretam Prayanti. Okay, I won't tell you the meaning. You go back and look at the class and understand what the meaning of this. This is one of the Saptashlokis, the 7 shlokas that are important. It is not Purusham. Apa Purusham. There, Purusha is the same meaning. Means Purusha means that which fills everything. What is it that fills everything? What is it that fills everything? What is the cloud filled with? And what is that filled with? And what is this life sustenance? And what is that life sustenance associated with the sun, the cloud? Both of their purpose is life sustenance. And that which causes the life sustenance is this apaha. And therefore, this apaha is the one that is sustaining life. That is the essence of the mantra. Apaha means love. Love is life sustaining. Without that love, without that mother's love, the child is deprived of something that is unbelievable. That love has to be filled by something or some other that will be equivalent to the love of that mother. So many children that were deprived of that mother's love. Who fills the love? Who substitutes the love of that mother? Bhagavan. Bhagavan substitutes that love. He will give the love of that 1 million mothers cannot even give. In fact, I will tell you this. The love of all the mothers that have existed so far and the love of all the mothers that are existing from now, if you take all that love, it will not be equivalent to the love of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai. So which love you want? Are Janani Ma, Sai Janani Ma, Mukti Pradayini, Prema Pradayini. This love, that is what we are talking about, this mother's love. Mother's love. You see, yesterday only I posted on the status about this poem, about comparing the art and the heart. It is the scriptural knowledge. Scriptural knowledge is not love. If you know Vedas and you have Panditya, that is not love. If you are chanting Vedas, mantras and all of that stuff, that is not love. That is what disciplines the thought. Scriptures discipline the thought like a father. Mother fills the heart with love. So that's the reason even the Vedas declare very first, Matrudevo Bhava, Pitrudevo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atithi Devo Bhava. The first divine that is invoked is the mother and the love of the mother. Without that love of the mother, the heart won't blossom. But what you have to understand, very simply put, The mother does not mean a feminine gender. Now all the mothers are now upset with me. Mother is not a feminine gender. Mother is a state of infinite love that fills every heart with that love. Mother is not a feminine gender. Love is feminine. Mother is not a gender. You are now very clear. Ladies' Day, this day, that day, how we divide us in the name of gender, how we divide every day based on what it is, only because we lost our awareness about what it is throughout the year. We have to be reminded, oh, today is Mother's Day. Today is Father's Day. Today is this day. Preti day is a Tadinam. Tat Dinam. Now you see, the moment I said Tadinam, what many of my Telugu friends laughed, because they didn't understand what is the inner meaning of the word Tadinam. Tat Dinam is Tad Dinam. Tat means that. Dinam means a day. A day is a day when you constantly remind yourself of Tat, that. And that is Tat Saviturvarenyam, Bhargo Devasya. So our awareness has drooped down to the level of calling Tadinam as only a day when you put Pindam to your ancestors. But that day is called Tat Dinam. So now you see, Shivena Vachasatva Girishachavadamasi. You speak every word from the awareness of that wisdom, that prajnanam. Then every word transforms into a spiritual beauty. Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. So where am I? So we talked about the love of the Savit, the life-sustaining one. Anupadhnati Shambaraha. So when this divine, life-sustaining, incredible divine consciousness is there, Anubadhnati Shambaraha. It is closely tied with the presence of that Savit. Of course, without the sun, there is no existence of the cloud. It is the sun that gave the cloud its existence. Therefore, if you are a devotee of Bhagavan, Anubadhnati Shambaraha, you will follow very closely that life-sustaining love of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. If you love the Lord, then you must love all. If you serve the Lord, then you must serve all. If you love the Lord, you must love all. If you serve the Lord, you must serve all. Anubadhnati Shambara. Apapuh Shambaraha Cha Eva. Then who will you become? You will also become his love only. Your existence is just like him only. Because you are following so closely the Lord. This is being a disciple of God. If you become a devotee of God, you will only pray for yourself and you will only pray for your existence. You don't follow God. Anubadhnati, no, there is no Anubadhnati. There is no close tying with God. You exist because for you, God is different. You are different. I am a devotee. He is God. And therefore, what will happen? The relationship is a business relationship. I pray to you. You give me something. You give me something. I will also pray to you again more, for more, for more, for more. This is devotee. Disciple is Anubadhnati, closely tied. Badhnati, Badhna means to be tied. Closely tied to the existence of the divine consciousness. Then who will you become? You will also become life-sustaining. But you have to remember, don't get carried away. Yes, true. As a cloud, you are also showering. When the rain is coming from the cloud, everybody is watching the cloud only. Because at that time, you can't see the sun. Now, suddenly, this cloud thinks, oh my, and then everybody feels, oh, cloud, you are such a great thing. You gave the rain, and we are so grateful to you, this and that. And you are praying to the cloud. That cloud, after it delivers the rain, it is gone. Who exists forever? The sun. So you have to always remember, even when you follow closely and you give the same love to everyone around you, like him, you have to remember, you as a cloud, you are a passing cloud. There are so many clouds that came like that. They showered grace. A Namdev, a Tukaram, a Janabai, a Tulsidas, a Mirabai, a Gora Kumbha. Who are all those? They are all life-sustaining clouds. They all came, showered. But they only invoked one name. Total surrender in saying that Panduranga, 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 Panduranga. Remember this. Just because you are a cloud, that doesn't make you substitute for the Savit. Savit is the only focus. Oh my God, I don't know, Swami, what you're doing. Savitaram vitanvantam anubadhnati shambaraha apapurushambarashchaiva savitare paso bhavate. And that grace that is showered by invoking the name of God. And remember, if all of us are those clouds, and those clouds filled with this rain, filled with this love of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba, all of us chanting, Om Sri Sai Ishwaraya Namaha, Om Sri Sai Ishwaraya Namaha, how much love will be showered onto this universe, filling every heart with that love. And then that shower of love of the name of God invoked by everyone coming together, that is what is called Shatamanam Bhavati. That is truly celebration of 100 years of the love of God. You understand why Swami gave that sankalpam? And that sankalpam is so pure that you don't even have to know Vedas, Shastras, nothing. Even a kid can get up and chant, Om Sri Sai Ishwaraya Namaha. By the way, yesterday Swami just played a small leela. He just wants to check how many of you have chanted. Therefore, after you all chanted, it's like a cloud disappeared into the space. So whoever chanted on the mobile or whatever, so they have to reset because there was some problem with the mobile version of the app. But some of you who didn't even who didn't even sign up, means that you have not been invoked, inspired by the love of Bhagavan Sri Satsai. You are still water vapor. You have not even become cloud. I'm telling you very honestly. And if you feel hurt about it, I am sorry. May the hurt inspire you to do something in the love of God. Because sometimes what happens is, if it is the hurt that makes the person wake up. It's that slap that awakens the person. Not because there is so much of slumber that this body is associated with. It has to be slapped on the cheek. Hey, come on, wake up. Get up. Let's shower this love on God, of God, just like a cloud. Om Sri Sai. Tyagum sutruptam viditvaiva.
त्यगुं सुतृप्तं तं विदित्वैव
Bahusoma giram vashi
बहुसोमगिरं वशी
Anveti tugro vakriyantam
अन्वेति तुग्रो वक्रियान्तं
Ayasuyan soma trupsushu.
आयसूयान् सोमतृप्सुषु सुषु आयसूयान् सोमतृप्सुषु.
See how much effort he's putting. That is focus, sadhana. With that intensity only the cloud is formed. And here the next two lines are describing this next four lines, right? Tvagum sutruptam vidhitvaiva bahusoma giram vashi anveti tugro vakriyantam ayasuyan soma trupsushu. That is a very interesting, the sakaras and the sakaras and the shakara. Ayasuyan soma trupsushu. Very important to pay those attention to those sibilants. So when you're chanting Om Sri Saishwaraya Namaha, you have to difference between the Sa and the Shva. Sa and the Shva. Saishwaraya Namaha. So pay attention to those syllables. Tyagum sutraptam vede tvaiva.
त्यगुं सुतृप्तं विदित्वैव त्यगुं सुतृप्तं विदित्वैव
Bahusoma giram vashi
बहुसोमगिरं वशी बहुसोमगिरं वशी
anveti tugro vakriyantam
अन्वेति तुग्रो वक्रियान्तम्
ayasuyan somatrupsushu. Ayasu, correct, sorry, I made a mistake in chanting like Anudatam. Ayasuyan somatrupsushu.
आयसूयान् सोमतृप्सुषु आयसूयान् सोमतृप्सुषु.
Tyagum sutraptam vede tvaiva bahusoma giram vashi anveti tugro vakriyantam ayasuyan somatrupsushu.
त्यगुं सुतृप्तं विदित्वैव बहुसोमगिरं वशी अन्वेति तुग्रो वक्रियान्तम् आयसूयान् सोमतृप्सुषु.
The words behind this beautiful Tyagum, Tyam, Sutruptam, Viditva, Eva, Bahu, Soma, Giram, Vashi, Anu, Eti, Tugraha, Vakriyantam, Vakriyam, Tam, Ayasuyan, Soma, Sutrupsushu. Okay. Constructing the syntax again. Tugraha is the beginning. Address, this is about this sun with many rays. Tugraha. Anueti follows. Kyam, these clouds. Viditva eva, knowing that. Sutruptam, contented and filled with the water. Bahu, many. Soma, giram, beautiful thunderous sounds. Vashitam, controls them. Vakriyam, this wicked clouds. Ayasuyan, to release the rain. Somatrupsushu, to appease those with this soma. I am telling you this, the incredible grace of Bhagavan in connecting to these mantras is very simply not even comprehensible. So what is this mantra saying? This mantra is saying that this Tugraha, this sun, the Savit, with so many of his rays, he is following these clouds. Why he is following these clouds? Because these clouds that are filled with this water, they are wicked. They are wicked. Why they are wicked? See, now this can be interpreted completely in a worldly sense and interpreted with incredible spiritual meaning. This is the combination of those two. See what happens, clouds that are filled with this water, they make lot of noises, thunders. Bahusoma giram. Giram means a sound. Bahusoma giram, very beautiful sounds they will make. Because they're filled with this water. Bahusoma giram. So what will this Savit do? He will follow these wicked clouds filled with this water. And then he'll say, hey, come on, release the water. And he'll make sure that the water is released so that all the people are filled with the grace. Ardhamaite mati chedipotundi. If you understand these mantras, you will completely be baffled what is being said here. You want to know the real meaning of the mantra? What does this mean? The sun is following these wicked clouds that are making lots of noises and not releasing the water and making these beautiful sounds they are making. And then he goes behind them and say, hey, come on, cloud, release more water. Why is he doing all of this? Only to please those that have performed the yajna and the yaga. Somatrupsushu. Those that are performing this yaga. Is a beautiful lesson here and a metaphor for practical living. There are people that are filled with the love of Swami, filled with his love, life-saving experiences. Some of them don't even acknowledge that Swami has saved their lives. Ungrateful, ignorant people. They don't even want to say they write books. Everything is about Swami's teachings only. And they put their name. And they don't even acknowledge that all this knowledge is the grace of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. I've seen that. So who are those? Clouds making noises. They have no love in them. They only make noises. Platform, oh, tuck, they'll get onto platform. They'll share all the beautiful experiences that God has given them. But they don't give the same love to other people. You understand? Those are the Vakriyantam, Bahusoma Giram Vasi. See how the mantra is saying. This beautiful mantra is talking about the last mantra, and these mantras are talking about the grace of Lord, how that grace comes, what is that love and grace, how that flows. Now you are thinking all of these mantras are about some, yes, true, the mantra is about Apaha and the mantra is about Savit, all about the sun god only. But in teaching what you are seeing outside, it is giving a message for inside. See what if you comprehend this, what will you do is, I am able to sing a bhajan beautifully. God has given me that voice. So that means you are filled with that love of God. What service are you doing with the talent? Huh? If you go to a center only to sing a bhajan and release a bhajan, then you are Bahusoma Giram Vasi. Beautiful bhajan you sang. But then you have not done anything to serve others with that talent. If you received the love of God, how are you sharing that love with that God? And if you are fortunate and lucky, how many literally hundreds of thousands of children got benefited by the love of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba in studying his colleges, his institutions from KG to all the way to PhDs. Some of them give beautiful talks. Some of them don't even show up in the centers. Some of them, I'm sorry, brothers and sisters, I'm not talking about just the students. I am talking about each and every one of us. In one way or the other, God benefited with this love of God. Do something with that love. Share that love. Shower that love. Empty that love. And when you do that, what he will do, he will follow you. And then he will make sure when you are filled with that love, he will say, Hare, empty that love, Ra, I will fill you with more love. Empty that love, I will fill you with more love. Then you become literally this experience of emptying and getting filled, emptying and getting filled. That is spiritual life. God gave one fellow here in Sacramento only. The other day I told him, he has done some incredible service to Swami. His business was not at all great. It was COVID time, etc. And then we were doing the yajna in Sacramento. I told him that this is happening. And his incredible love for Baba, he said, yes, I will take care of the food for the entire program. You don't have to worry about anything. And he did that. You can't even believe how his business has grown after that. You cannot even believe. The other day he showed up for the inauguration. I told him exactly this. And he said, yes, sir, I know that. Swami totally. I said, what are you doing? If you keep filling the cloud and don't empty it, that's it, you will die with all that water. Understand that you are getting filled with love only to be given to others, not to keep it with you. You are given this incredible education by Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba so that you have your hands in the society and work together. Don't worry about which center it is, what affiliation it is, all of that stuff. That's not for you. It's for other people who are not even relevant. And those of you who are not even Sai devotees yet, getting this knowledge from Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, do something for at least to chant Om Sri Sai Shrai Maha and give that love to everybody, because you are blessed with that opportunity. Every blessing that you get, don't hold on to it. Give it away. Am I very hard on? Am I very intense? I am very intense. I'm very intense today. This is this cloud filled with water. It is thundering and it is showering. It is doing. That's why I said, Swami, what are you doing? It's the experience of that makes you feel that, yes, it is not just making thunders, beautiful sounds like singing bhajans, getting onto platform and giving talks, not chanting rudrams, all of that stuff. Do something to release that love that has been given to you. Release it. Release it. Don't keep it. Share by caring. If you really want to spread that love, you chant and you make sure that everybody that you know is informed of this mantra chanting, so that this incredible love of Bhagavan comes together. And if you notice that in that mantra, how many times Soma is used? Yesterday only my dear brother Somu started that Laksha. So therefore today Swami is saying, Soma, I heard you da. I heard your love and prayers. Therefore today mantra is about Soma. Bahu Soma Giram Vasi Soma Trupsushu. Somu Trupsushu. That pure thought that comes from the heart. No, I really want to make sure that everybody is ignited to do this japam. And it comes from a place of such purity that love. There are so many Spanish people that cannot chant Rudram. So can we do something that will engage everybody, Anna? Can we do something that everybody can chant? Where is that coming from? Coming from a place of pure love. It's not me, I want to do it. It's not me that I am Ritvik. It's not me that learned Rudram. It is me that will bring everybody together into the love of Bhagavan. Otherwise, you have become just a selfish cloud, retaining the water, just like that miser who holds on to the wealth even when death is approaching. Empty, empty, empty. What will happen when you empty? When you empty, you will be filled more. Paropakaraya, this beautiful Bhartruhari shlokam. Nachoraharyam, nacharajaharyam, nabhratrubhajyam, nachabharakari, vyayekrute vardhata, evanityam vidyadhanam sarvadhana pradhanam. This knowledge and wisdom, this love, knowledge and wisdom is one part, and that is a burden. Array, listen to this very carefully. That is a burden. Knowledge without love is a burden. You are carrying like a donkey loads and loads of information, but you have never experienced what is it that you are carrying. You are carrying this burden like a donkey, sandalwood, red sandalwood, and the donkey doesn't have the ability to smell and enjoy the same sandalwood it is carrying on its back. So if you simply know Vedas, if you simply chant Vedas, if you simply have Pandityam, if you simply have literary scholarship, and if you have not experienced a single bit of it, you are like a donkey carrying sandalwood. So I am very intense and blissed out today, all because of this incredible mantras that are teaching such powerful, not just teaching how to chant and why to chant, what to chant, all of that stuff. It is really about, and when you take these mantras and begin to experience them through practice in life, that bliss is the Soma. That is the Somarasam. That is the essence. Yeah. Let's now chant the Yadakshara Padabhrashta. Tambi, Shama, Shama chant. Om.
ॐ यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवनारायण नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व साईश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व साईश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष साईश्वर हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु
Let's see here. But clouds are essentially nothing but water, love. So how come they are wicked? So yes, people are filled with love. They are wicked in the sense that the one who carries that love, but only holds it to themselves, they are wicked. That is the definition of wickedness. That is the definition of what wicked is. Vakriyantam. Vakra means a convoluted thought. It's wicked. Wicked is not a bad word. Wicked means they are perverted. They don't know how to share that love with. They hold it on like Raina Kaschin Mamruvam Avaha. They know they have received Swami's love. They know that their business grew because of Swami's love. They know that they have gotten free education from Bhagwan Baba. And if that love is not released, it is love hidden within themselves. And such cloud is a wicked cloud. Clear?
Yeah, so it's like a selfish love, right?
Yeah, whatever fish, they smell. They're smelling. The fish is in the water, which is love. But it smells so horrible, no? Because it is selfish. The fish is in love only. Why doesn't it smell love? Because it is selfish. Sorry. Two powerful mantras. By the way, next weekend, this coming weekend, 8th and 9th, you all know, November 8th is Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba's star birthday. We will be doing Ekadash Rudrabhishekam on that day in the morning at Sacramento at 6:30 in the morning. If you are spiritually inclined and you have time and no other commitments, please sign up as groups and chant on the Zoom. And every Somavara, Bahu Soma, Ayasuyan Somatrupsushu. Ayasuyan Somatrupsushu. If you want to please Soma, Kartika Somavara, morning 7 o'clock, we have Abhishekam for Omkareshwara. One weekend is gone now. This is the second weekend. And this coming Wednesday is the Kartika Purnima birth celebration of Guru Nanak, who is one of the incredible clouds that showered the significance of Nama Sankirtana on millions of people. And let us celebrate the cloud called Nanak. And on November 8th in the evening from 6 o'clock to Sunday evening 6 o'clock, 24 hours of Akhand Bhajan. If you happen to be a blessed soul in Sacramento or in Bay Area, come and offer a bhajan and be redeemed. Give that love to everyone. Become a cloud just to give a little bit of shower of his love by singing a bhajan. And this particular Akhand Bhajan, because it is his centennial star birthday, on Sunday morning after Suprabhatam, for every Ashtottara Namam of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba, we are going to offer a bhajan relevant to that Namam. This is cloud showering, nothing to do with 108 bhajans. Every bhajan related to one Namavali of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. For example, Om Sri Sai Kalatitaya Namaha. For that we will sing Kalatitaya Siddhirupaya, that bhajan. So, and hope most, I have to talk to my guys, maybe we can only live stream that 108 bhajans on Sayat Rudram channel so that those who are able to join that, it's 6 hours of offering, 6.5 hours of 108 bhajans dedicated on his centennial birthday, because it is his centennial birthday, 108 bhajans related to his Ashtottara Shatram. The Savit is very Anubadhnati Shambaraha. Anubadhnati Shambaraha. Apapuh Shambarashchaiva. So that is the mantra's essence, is that every single thing that is done is only with one intent, to be filled with love and to release that love. Filled with love, release that love. Filled with love. In Charlotte, I did the bhajans for the first 10 mantras of Rudram first Alvaka. So like that, everything is related. You sing a bhajan, it is his name. You chant, it is about him. Everything about him. So if you don't do that, then you are wicked. That is the definition of wickedness. Yes. For that also you need his grace. Please understand that. That's not under your control. Yesterday night somebody asked me, what holds you back from that? What holds you back from releasing that? Because you are programmed with the instincts that are associated with so much identification with your body and mind, it won't let go. It won't let go. I have this, I have that. Constantly it will tell you, don't be engaged in this. Yes. And it's not my idea. Somebody else's idea. Nothing is your idea. Jai Sai Ram. Okay. Any other questions? Anybody wants more elaboration on wickedness?
Uncle, the shot hasn't been posted yet.
Triambakam.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cloud is working on it in South Africa. It has not released it yet. How, I mean, I'm telling you, I know there are so many South Africans also on this forum. I'm really blessed with the association with these young adults in South Africa. They're amazing, simply amazing. You just give them a task. I just say, hey, Sai Rama, I'm looking for this. Within hours, it gets done. Within hours. Yesterday, there was the problem with that mobile app. I just texted saying, hey, this mobile app. The fellow worked, even that is afternoon 2 o'clock for me. So 2 + 9, about 11 o'clock in South Africa. And from 11 o'clock and until morning 4:30, he worked to fix the bugs in the mobile app. And then he's texting me back at 4 o'clock, his 4 o'clock in the morning. Can you please check if the mobile app is working? And apologies, I had to erase the data because I had to fix the thing. I said, don't worry about that. They'll chant again. So what if you chanted 2000 times and now the data is not stored somewhere? So what? I understand that count is important. Write it down on a piece of paper. We'll figure out. God knows inside what counter is running all the time. Yes, Sairam. Okay. Any other questions? Anything else to be released from this cloud? That is the whole theme of this thing, you know. If you are water vapor, good luck. Figure out how to say this. Swami has said this very beautifully. I heard this from one of the Bahusoma Giramvashi. Sorry. And that in a student session, Swami was asked, Swami, your omnipresence, how do we understand that? That you are present in various places at the same time. How do we practically comprehend that? Swami asked very beautifully, very simple question he asked. Is it possible that it can rain in Singapore, in Delhi, in Sacramento, few places at the same time? Is it possible? Is it possible or not? Hello, come on. Yes, it is possible, right? It
Yeah.
can rain at multiple times at the same time. So, if it is possible to rain at the same time in various places, why is it not practical that God's grace can be showered at multiple times at the same time? And then he said, this is how it happens. When my devotees come and sing my name with so much intensity, then just like that water vapor condenses into a cloud, my grace will condense like a cloud. And when that cloud releases, if the intensity is so incredible that all that intensity of chanting my name will come together as the water vapor condensing, and then the water vapor condensing becomes a cloud. The cloud then slowly gets filled with this incredible love, and that love will condense that it cannot be contained. It gets so condensed that it cannot be contained. Then it will shower. Therefore, he said, when my devotees come, sing my name with such intensity, then I will condense, I will condense, I will condense, and that cloud cannot be contained, it will shower there. So is it God's problem or it is devotee's problem that the shower is not happening? We don't have the intensity. We will have check marks. And was Sunday, 1 hour center. I am done. That's it. That's a check mark. It's not love. Okay, Sairam. Apapurusham varascheva. Okay, they're all probably filled with the love. Go shower it later. Yes,
Uncle,
Sairam.
sorry, real
Ah.
quickly, a question about the japam, the chanting. It will take around 6 minutes to chant out loud. I'm sorry for asking this, but why are we chanting loud? Could we do it in like silent japam? Could we do that? And that might it's not about how fast it takes, but that would take. Do you understand my question? Uncle? Like maybe if I do it in my head, I'll take
Yeah. So
it'll take 6
I understand your question from practicality point of view. The Shekhar uncle has chanted Om Sri Sai Shwaraya Namaha so slow, then it will take 6 minutes for each cycle. Then if I do it silently, then I can finish in 2 minutes, and then that will also the part of right. In other words, it is a time factor.
Yeah, but I know it's on purpose. I'm
No,
wondering
no,
what's the
no.
purpose.
Don't worry, da. The question you are asking is in the minds of a lot of people. They have not released that. You have released it. Lot of people have the same question. Amma, 6 minutes per cycle now can't, then it is 60 minutes for 10, 120 for 20, and then 180, that is 3 hours. When will I get that time? How will I get that time to do that, right? That is the practical question. I'm not making fun of you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I will talk to Bhagavan Vyasa and pray to him to do something about it.
And also, Anna, if we
Now,
don't
there are
have,
more questions. Yes. Practicality
don't ha-
question.
yeah, if we don't have our cell phones with us and we can't, why don't we have something that we can put in, that many count?
This is another thing. Why can't I just log in my count? Why do I have to chant along?
No, not chant along, but if suppose if, by chance,
No,
the phone is
practical.
yeah.
I'm not making fun of. I'm not trying to judge or denigrate any. I'm repeating it so that I understand exactly what is in your mind. You are fearful to tell exactly what is in your mind. So therefore, I tell it so that you don't feel
No, but
intimidated.
you don't convolute
That
that.
is love. You don't understand what I am talking about. If you are afraid of asking me a question, oh, how can I ask this question to Anna? It's too embarrassing. I feel intimidated to ask that. Then I will ask the question because then it is your question asked by me. Okay, just like what I did for Thambi here. So 3 hours. How can I do it? Now your question is, I don't have cell phone. I don't have this. Then I can keep chanting, right? And then that chanting is not a sticker. Then my count. How do I put that count back into the pool so that it is taken as a count, right? That is the question,
Right.
right?
Right.
Yeah. I will pray to Bhagavan Vyasa.
Uncle, another request. Sorry, on the same note. May I? If we are having 108 count, kada uncle, is it like each 108 count we have to keep pressing play again? Can we have something like a 1008 count so that we have a complete cycle without
Okay, now so
going
for
out?
3 requests, one request
Sorry.
is can you please speed up Om Sri Sai Shwaraya Namaha? Second, can you make sure that even if I chant without a cell phone or anything, how do I enter that count? And the third thing is I want to chant with the counter, but 108 is too much because every 108 cycle, every 5 minutes I have to wake up and keep pressing it. So I don't want to do that. Let it keep on going, and so that at least it is 1008 and not 108. I will pray to Bhagavan Vyasa.
Yeah, here is one more question to pray to Vyasa.
I will send this session to him also so that he has understanding of her. Okay, next.
I have a similar question. It's for me, the issue is if I am listening to the audio, I'm not feeling the mantra. If I am in my own zone and chanting, I feel the mantra. And if I feel the mantra, it goes on inside me even when I'm not sitting and chanting, or I'm
Then
not
how is
chanting
the
intentionally.
counting happening?
Yeah, that's why that's the question. If I am, can I just do it with my?
You are in a different cloud. Vyasa cannot help.
Can I just do it with my japamala?
Huh?
Can I just do it with my japamala? And I mean, then also when it's
No,
going in,
Japamala also, then aren't you keeping a count?
I just do it with like the number of malas on my one finger and the.
I know, but it is still a count, no? But
No,
you,
it's-
but I thought the question you are asking is, I am in my zone and I'm just doing the mantra japa.
that is
Then
second part of the question. There are
then
two
in that case there is no count.
correct. There is
So
there
you
are
understand
two
what is japa versus dhyana, the difference between japa, parayana, dhyana, those three. Yes, you understand the difference?
yes,
You do?
that
You do.
is
Your answer is you do or you don't.
yes.
Okay, what
that's-
is japa? What is japa? Let's be clear about what the definition. What
I
is a
mean,
japa?
I don't know, but I know that when I am doing it, I'm doing it more like a dhyana and not like a japa.
No, that's not the question I asked, Ma. Does anybody know the difference between japa and dhyana? Please speak up. What is japa? What is dhyana? You are
Japa,
confused
you keep a
between.
count.
No. She's confused between the two, and therefore I'm clarifying that. Okay. Yes. Who is saying that?
So japa is something that you repeat so that the voice is heard only to yourself and not to the people around you, perhaps. So that is japa. Dhyana means it's mental repetition and
It doesn't count as japa.
Yeah.
If your mind is running as inside Om Sri Sai Shivaya and Om Sri, it doesn't count as japa. It's not taken as japa. It's dhyana, where the mind is totally with the mantra is dhyana. Mind with the mantra, it's constantly taken over. It is running, and like in this body, Gayatri happens like that, and it is not counted as japa. When I go sit down and do my Sandhya Vandanam, I have to do japa. Not repeating the mantra inside you. Hello, Sairam, please be clear about this. If you are saying, I'm doing this and I'm doing the mantra and then I'm rotating a japamala and I'm not actually saying it, not saying it within me, that is not japa. That is dhyana. So japa means Om Sri Sai Ishwaraya Namaha, Om Sri Sai Ishwaraya Namaha, Om Sri Sai Ishwaraya Namaha, Om Sri Sai Ishwaraya. You have to say it. You have to say it. You may not be able to say it loud, but if in the context of saying that, your mind hears the sound constantly. It has to hear it through the vocal cord. Then only it is japa. So if you were sitting in your car and you're doing, some people have this big thing running now. They'll put their hand and say they're talking to people, but the japamala is running inside them. That is not japa. It's not counted as japa. Because your japa means, well, Rudra japa mahankarishe. Japa means you are chanting. You have to hear your own voice chanting. That is the counter that is running. Why it is important? Because in releasing that vibration, you are releasing it into the atmosphere. And of course, Parayana is even louder than that. Everybody together has to do it. So japa, dhyana, Parayana, all these are different ways of doing the mantras, anushtanam, or what we call as being close to the mantra. When you sign up for Rudra Parayanam, you should not, or Devi Mahatya Parayanam, you won't be chanting inside. You have to chant along with everyone loudly. Then only it is Parayanam. Not coming to the yajna and then inside, that is japam, it's not parayana. Okay, clear? So your mind running inside will not count as japam. Be clear about it. It's great that is happening to you. God bless you with that. But it is only inside you, not outside released. We are doing it for universal peace. Why you want to chant inside? Release it. Cloud, release the love. Oh, yeah, the theme is releasing. If you release, you will get released. Okay. So what is question, Chandrasekhar Ganeshan?
Just for clarity, so every time we repeat the mantra, of course, just like any other mantras, we do the prastavana with nyasa, open the application, repeat the mantra, then close the application. So that's the protocol, right? It's not like, let's say that I do the opening in the morning, continue the mantra japa throughout the day, and then close it at the end of the day.
Correct. Any japa that is done, you are sitting at one place, preferably. You do the Viniyoga and the Nyasa, you chant the mantra. That means Digbandhaga. You are locked in. And then after you finish that chanting, supposing you are doing 2 cycles, 3 cycles at a time, yes, you can do that. But make sure at least you listen on the app. You may not know all the thing, but click the button pre and post. That's why we gave pre, post. You have seen the app, right? There is pre-chant, there is mantra chant, post-chant. You don't have to remember everything. At least listen to that and just follow the nyasa and get released. That's it. Yes. Okay, Saira.
Sairam, I noticed that when you stop the round before ending, just erase the number. So at least the list counting is 1 round full, isn't it?
108. Yeah. Currently, the counter of one cycle is 108. We
But if
kept it like that because now this question that I said I will ask Bhagavan Vyasa of 1008. 1008, if we put the counter for 1008, it's a long time. That may be for people who want to say, for example, I have 10 minutes time, okay, and I want to do for 10 minutes. That means I can only do at the most 2 cycles, right? At the most 2 cycles, but I want to do 2 cycles. I want to divide it multiple cycles across the day. Then if I put 1008, then that means I have to dedicate that much time. So that question is now answered. So it won't be submitted to Bhagavan Vyasa. It will be 108 only. But I will ask him if can people have a choice? Can they actually continue to play it if they want? That he may have some brilliant ideas. Vyasa is the brilliant one. And that's the reason why he's called Vyasa. Okay, Sairam. See how Swami chooses the people for this. For Veda study, it is Vyasa only behind. Okay, Sairam. Any other practical questions? Japa questions? We
No,
forgot all the thing about the cloud and the grace now. Yes, yeah.
I have a
cloud.
solution for Mona's, Sister Mona's
You
question.
can text it to her.
Okay. I thought I could release this over here so that it will be
If
benefited.
it is for Mona's question, just release, go shower there, and you don't need to wet all of us with it. Okay, go ahead. Tell what you have in mind.
No, if she doesn't want to listen to your voice, she can just put it on silence. And once
Oh, that is the real thing. Now she told what Mona has in her mind. I am tired of listening to your voice at the center and Rudram and everything. I am tired of listening to that voice. How do I keep the counter going without that voice? I don't think she's saying that. Please, she has to come to the center today afternoon. Are you saying that really, Mona? Sort of?
No,
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 okay.
I even if I do it loudly, I have to feel the mantra, right? That's what I was saying.
That is true, Ma. At least see here. Om Sri Saishwaraya Namaha. So you don't need to listen to the voice. The counter is ringing. As long as the time is going on, right? You can see on the counter. You don't have to actually chant along with that, right? If you have the counter, and you can put your phone on the lowest volume and it won't play, like she's saying. But the counter is running. It is keeping the count. And you don't have to keep the count. And truly, then you will be doing what you're talking about, which is you're chanting, but you're not caught up in the counting. So you understand how beautiful that thought itself is by the brother. Huh? There is no imposition of even counting. You're just able to focus on the mantra. And if you're taking a japamala and you're doing it yourself, your mind still has to, you still have to keep running it. And for this body which runs that, I know you look at there are calluses on my my middle finger. Calluses on my middle, because when you run the japamala, you have to run like this. So there are calluses on the middle finger for running the mantra so many times. And if you do like this on the fingers, then what will happen is if you are not paying attention, sometimes you will skip. So Japamala is the best thing to do for Japam, not your fingers, by the way. Then there is another one. When I don't have Japamala, I do the entire body Nyasa. There it is even more beautiful experience. So anyway, all of those are techniques. I don't want to inundate people, all of that. The whole point of this is to keep simple, and so that people can just do what they want. That means there is no imposition. If some counter is running, you're still doing the japam. You don't have to count on a japamala. It is running. It is not probably fast enough for you. You want to do it faster, then that is your problem. And submit it to Bhagavan Vyasa, but still you want to do it faster. Use a japamala and do it faster, but then you will lose the count. How do I enter the count? And then we'll figure that out. Okay, Sairam. Okay. And if you are really tired of my voice, as Swati said, you can still run the counter without listening to me. You don't have to listen. The counter will still be running. Yeah. I understand now how Swati feels. Thank you for letting me know. Okay.
Hariom, please no, Swami, not like that.
Okay. That's it now. Oh, there is another question that came on WhatsApp for me. Anna, what is this, Anna? We have Ganapati mantra, we have Gayatri mantra, we have Rudra Japam, we have Chandi Japam. Now this Om Sri Sai Shri Maha. Anna, my 24 hours is gone for this only. Anna, what do I want to, how should I do it, Anna? That is another question, very practical question. My honest answer to that is, for the next 1 year, just focus on Sai Ishwar. Just centennial year, focus on Sai Ishwara. He is everything. Om Sri Sai Ishwara is Mahamantra. Don't even worry about Gayatri Mantra Japa. Oh, no, I should not say that, because some countries are doing Gayatri Japa. I will be blasted by them. So I'm not saying that, but don't feel that you have to do everything and all the things and then you are stressed. One fundamental fact. If spirituality becomes a stress, it is not spiritual. Okay? If spirituality becomes intimidation, it is not spirituality anymore. If spirituality makes you cry, it is not spiritual anymore. If spirituality is happiness, it is release from everything, not getting bound to everything. So therefore, what you have to do is Om Sri Sai Shri Maha, just focus on that. Maybe just for this year. And if you have time on special days or occasions, you feel like now I have to go talk to this fellow called Ganapati, then go do the Ganapati Mahamantra or Chandi. But Sai Ishwara is everything. Sai is Parabrahman. That is the definition of Sai. Aham Brahmasmi is what is called Sai. Aham Brahmasmi is Sai. That is the meaning of that. So I am God is equal to Sai. But that I am God is not a concept. But Sai is that percept in the concept. So Om Sri Sai Shri Maha, focus on that. Just spend time only on that. Okay? So Bhagavan Vyasa is saved from one question. Okay, two questions actually. What are the three questions? One is, can we speed up the chant?
1008 was, you already told about 1008.
I know what I told. I'm just going through the summary.
Oh.
Enter the count. That is
Okay, you all answered the questions. Okay,
Yes,
then we'll close this.
Just one point. It's
Yes,
a very
sir.
beautiful point that you brought up. Do this chanting only. Not that you're not suggesting that. If you want, take it. Basically what I'm hearing is that when like in the Bhagavad Gita also, when you can pray to me, Paramatma, you don't have to worry about Adi Daivas, but I am the Brahma. I mean, it's a very beautifully explained, sir. Very
Saira.
came across right now as Paramatma is there. I am here. Why are you worried about it? Oh, you can go and do that. That's all okay, fine. Good, but I'm here. I mean, take it or leave it, but I'm here. I'm just telling you.
Oh, yes, that is exactly the beautiful
Saira.
point. Yes, he's there always. You don't have to worry about any
So don't
special
get stressed
permission
out.
or
You
access
please.
or anything like that.
Saira.
Yes.
Saramana, you explained multiple times about mantram, yantram, and tantram. For this Om Sri Shaishwaraya Namaha, can you remind us from these three perspectives?
Om
Mantram is
Sri Sai Ishwaraya Namaha. I put that in I already explained, but I will make it. Yesterday, I talked about that. So in the satsang, maybe you were absent. No. Uh, you were present but absent. So this. So by the way, the Om Shri Sai Ishwaraya Namaha. Om is of course the Prathama Bijam. Sai Ishwaraya Namaha. Sai is what I just said. Aham Brahmasmi condensed into a simple thing called same as I is Sai. Aham Brahmasmi is same as I. You understand? In English, Aham Brahmasmi means what? Same as I, Soham. So Saha plus Aham becomes Soham. Saha plus Aham. When you do the Sandhi, it becomes Soham. Saha is he, Aham, I, same as I. So that is the essence of the Aham Brahmasmi is Soham. Soham is Sai. So that Sai is what is the next level definition of Sai? That Sai is Sat Chit Ananda. That is Sai. That is actually Baba. Sat is being, awareness is Chit, Ananda is bliss. Sat Chit Ananda, absolute, is BA, that is Baba. Then the next one is related to Ishvara. Who is Ishvara? Ishvara means this Sat Chit Ananda has no name, no form, no function. Sat Chit Ananda has no name, no form, no function. It is being, awareness, bliss, absolute. That which is absolute can never be defined by name, form, and function. So because of the intense prayers of the devotees, in order to conduct this function of Srushti, Sthiti, Laya, evolution, resolution, dissolution, generation, organization, dissolution, GOD, generation, organization, dissolution, that Sat Chit Ananda Parabrahman has come with a name, has come with a form to do the function of generation, organization, dissolution. For that, he has to associate himself with he has to not associate, that's the wrong word. He has to bring out his innate, infinite Shakti. And that innate, infinite Shakti expressed from this being, awareness, bliss, absolute, becomes Shiva Shakti. Therefore, this Sai Ishvara is Shiva Shakti. And now, what does Shakti do? The Shakti has now enabled expression. He is using his Shakti to enable expression. And that expression is the creation. And that creation is him only. And in the context of that, just like a sun who has to release the light, this Sai Ishvara has now released his light. And just like you cannot see the sun without his own light, you cannot see Sai Ishvara without connecting him to the creation. Therefore, how do you connect to the Sai through the creation is love all, serve all. So Sai, Ishvara, is the one that which is present in everything and that which is controlling everything as the Shakti. Namaha. I offer my salutations. Everything explained, no? Each and every word is explained. And that is the source of all of that is Om, is the power of that. Therefore, we chant Om, that is the source of all the sounds, because it is starting, it is a mantra and it is vibration, and the fundamental source vibration is Om. Therefore, we chant Om before every single mantra. And that root vibration then expressed into these other vibrations. Now you count everything. Om, Shri, Sa, I, Shva, Ra, Ya, Na, Maha. Those are the 9. Invincible, Invictus. Everything stops at 9 only. Beyond that, beyond 9, there is no other number. Oh, you understand what I just said? Something which I didn't know what I said. Beyond 9, there is no other number. Because the rest of the numbers are expression of 0 to 9 only. There is no other number. Hence, this Om Shri Sai Ishvaraya Namaha becomes the essence of the entire creator, creation, and that is what is expressed as the beautiful mantra in the Sainatha Ashtakam. Sada Satswarupam Chidanandakandam Jagat Sambhavasthana Samharahetum Swabhaktechaya Manusham Darshayantam Namami Ishwaram Sadgurum Sainatha. This is that root mantra is whatever I explained, the source of that information is from this. Sada Sat Swarupam. Sat Swarupam, being, embodiment of being. Chit, awareness. Ananda, bliss. Kandam, absolute. BA. And that BA has no name, no form, no function. But in order to perform the function of Jagat, Sambhava, evolution, Sthiti, resolution, Samhara, dissolution, for the reason, for the function, Hetum, for the cause of evolution, resolution, dissolution of this creation, Jagat, Sambhava, Sthana, Samhara, Hetum, and in order to fulfill the Ichha. Ichha is not desire, by the way. Ichha is the prayer of infinite number of devotees from time eternity. Swabhakta Ichhaya Manusham Darshayantam came in a form. Function described. Function described. Third line. What it is, absolute is described. What is the function is described. What is the form is described. Manusham darshayantam appears to be as a human. Namami, salutations to Ishvara. Name, form, function. Ishvara. And who is this Ishvara? Sa Ishvara. That is the name, form, function. Offer my salutations to Sa Ishvara. Thank you for asking. Many of the people here did not hear that yesterday. You were there, but you didn't hear. Very, very beautiful. You're all clear now? Why this Sa Ishvara mantra then becomes, everything is embedded in that. There is nothing that is not embedded. Sat Chit Ananda is embedded in that. The name. So what is this entire universe? Entire universe is name, form, Sat Chit Ananda Nama Rupa. This is the five only. There is nothing beyond this. Sat Chit Ananda Nama Rupa. This five is the essence of the whole universe. So therefore, when you say Om Sri Sai Ishwaraya Namaha, everything is included in that. If you are missing Ganesha, just go do Maula Mantra Ganesha. If you are missing Chandi, and then you can go Chandi Mantra. But next year, I am saying this very clearly, for this starting from yesterday, Kartika Shuddha Ekadasi, until next year, November 27th, 2026, which is his Tithi birthday. For this body, it doesn't matter what English day he is born. English birthday is celebrated by people. Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba celebrates his Tithi birthday. Okay. Because the star and that consolation is more important. Gregorian calendar, as I said, no disrespect to people celebrating on November 23rd. Please don't interpret like, oh, Anna said like this. Let's not worry about November 20th. Not like that. I'm not saying like that. Join everybody. Whenever there is every day join celebration. Why only November 23rd? Celebrate every day for the next year as Swami's birthday. And how are we celebrating that? At least remembering him 2,500 times a day. Om Sri Sai Ishwaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Ishwaraya Namaha. What is celebration? When you remember somebody, it is celebration. When you ignore somebody, then it is disrespect. So when you keep on remembering him for 2,500 times, divide him into 15-20 minutes, 5 times a day, like Muslims do the Nawaz, 5 times a day. Then what will happen? We are celebrating his birthday every day for the next 365 days. That is what is more important. Then you will slowly, you will 100%. What happens after that is Purascharana, is actually the mantra siddhi you will unlock the potential of the entire mantra. Unlock it. When you unlock that entire potential of the mantra, then what will happen? That mantra will live through you, learn through you, listen through you, love through you, and laugh through you. That is what is called mantra siddhi. Mantra siddhi doesn't mean getting some superpowers or something so that you can curse other people. That is nonsense. Don't have mantras for that purpose. Go take a hike. When you have any bad thought, just go take a hike. Tell the mind, get out of me. Focus on Swami. Jai Sai Ram. Can you explain the next time the Bijakshara with Nyasa? Oh, the Bijakshara. Oh, why next time? Then I have to remember this question. I don't deal with life like that. The Bijaksharas are very powerful Bijaksharas and Swami only. The word Guru means gum and hum, rum. That is destruction of ignorance. So the Shreem, Hreem, Kleem, you already know what those Bija mantras are. Shreem, Hreem, Kleem. Those are associated with Shakti. Gum, Hum, Dram is associated with the Shiva. Shiva Shakti, that is the Bijaksharas.
Thank you.
There is no secret. Yeah, Swami said, somebody said, Swami, we want some Bill Clinton sometime. They called and said, Bill Clinton wants an appointment with Swami. Can he talk to some secretary to arrange them? Swami said, I don't have any secrets to have a secretary. By the way, Bill Clinton doesn't have to come. Thank you very much. I don't. See how incredible. The president of India goes to him, Abdul Kalam, Shankar Dayal Sharma, all these people. They go sit on the floor to get his darshan. God, even the greatest of the presidents of the world will come and sit on the floor to have his darshan. And it is incredible to watch what kind of Sai Ishvara we are talking about. And this Ishvara, the master controller, protector of the whole universe, you surrender to that, then that is the incredible. The Shreem represents the Bija, the Shreem, Hreem, Kleem, represent the same Shreem, Hreem, Kleem that we chant in the Devi Mahatmya. And then when we invoke the Gurus, this thing, then Gum is associated with the Gurus, Gu, Shabda. Hum is associated with complete destruction. Hum. What happens with Hum? What happens with Hum?
All the
Dhumralochana.
demons that
Huh? Only Dhumralochana.
No, and the other ones also. Now I don't remember.
How many times Hum is used in Devi Mahatyam? Sita knows. No?
3 times.
Sita.
3 times.
3 times.
What are the 3 times? Okay,
In,
now you.
Humkaro,
Sita. No, anyway. Okay, anyway, go figure out what are the 3 times. So that Hum is representing this aspect of complete annihilation of ignorance, total destruction of ignorance. Dram. Dram is associated with the Dattatreya. Dram means that which flows. Now you think these are conceived by human mind. When Thambi asked this thing, Anna, enna mantram solludu, what mantra we have to repeat, Anna, what? Immediately the head went and to his feet. Who am I to tell all this? Is this your sankalpa? Then this whole Vinyoga, everything just got downloaded like Dram. Avadrapso agum shumati matishtat pridhivyagum shumati tananmavastastita samvatsaro divancha naivam vidud. What we are talking about, drapsaha, sadrapsaha. Arunam only I'm talking, Aruna Prashna. And that drapsaha, dram, it will flow. Ardram. Dram is the flow of the love. And therefore, dram is the last bijam in the nyasa. And so therefore, then what has happened? You not only invoked this Shakti aspect of it, that is beyond the 3 gunas, then you went into Gum, then went to Hum, then went into Dram. The Gum, Hum, Dram represents Sri Guru, Paramaguru, Parameshti Guru. Shreem, Hreem, Kleem represents this beautiful Shakti aspect of it. And that is what you are doing as the Nyasa. Lot of time I've taken today. 9 o'clock. Bah. Saira. At 9 o'clock we should stop. Navarna Mahamantra Japa. Saira. Om Swastif Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishah Go Brahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Samastalokaah Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaah Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaah Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की
Jai.
जय.
Sai Ram.
I'm so sorry for people in India. It's very late now. Thank you all. Jai Sai Ram.